Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
This is a trap card, though, if the Enchanter gets picked by FlyQuest on 5 right here, but they're going to go for something standard and just go for tank team fighting.
Classic Ornn for the team fight. Kumo, plenty of experience on that one, as many top lanes.
So he'll have more combat power than Spica if they end up meeting. Spica here, I think, just to let the wave crash for Huni and maybe even get a play. Dive would be rather ambitious.
Now walk right over that ward, so Kumo knew it was coming, locked in and stunned out. And on the opposite side, Jose Deodo is here for the lock-in, knock up onto Huni, a burn onto Spica. First blood going over to FlyQuest. Jose Deodo taking it.
If there was a critical cooldown, they missed, but generally diving a cloth armor Ornn like that is very dangerous. And bot.
Oh, Shenyi goes in for it. Flash is used. The Drowsy landing onto Shenyi. The burst is good.
No flash.
Heal in response. Takui finishes off.
Afromu and Johnson with more early lane plays. Very easy for the Victor to get shoved, but until that point, Takui can play pretty aggressively, get little timing windows. I don't necessarily think this would be a timing for FlyQuest. If anything, it's a timing for TSM to try and take it, because they have the bot lane move.
And that's what they're going to try to do. Spica starting it up slightly, but knows that Jose Deodo is likely still in the area. Shenyi making his rotation through, as well as Tactical. So that early firepower here, ready for the 5-man collapse onto this objective for TSM.
Might see a fight.
Does Jose Deodo try and initiate this?
Everyone's here.
J4 is who you look to go for it. Kumo also from the top side, going and throwing down the Ornn horn. Even the flashes directly into the level of impact. Cataclysm gets the lock even more. A trade of Huni
from the Aphelios towards the Lee Sin and Renekton. It'll still be the first turret. However, because it was pretty much a big map.
While doing everything they can to make sure they have as much security and firepower for the pending potential fight, they don't actually have to do it. Stacking up the second one for them.
Having Kumo kind of through the early laning phase without too much bad happening, and then also having the Zoe being ahead of the Victor, they're pretty happy with the game state right now.
Right in the jungle, though, Shenyi finds himself on the opposite side of Jose Deodo and friends. Cataclysm followed up by Afromu. That's a kill onto the enemy. Throws down the Q, wants to contest for himself, so Jose just lets him be. Kayado is also nearby with Huni. Kumo could potentially be a target.
He's got to make sure to keep his health up as much as possible, allow Jose and Afro to arrive.
Zoning off Jose as much as they possibly can. Flash away,
ambitious.
Flag and drag in, activated the Dominus here. Next knock up from the Ornn horn. Kumo continues to go in to try and find a little bit of safety, but the return from Afromu is good here. So TSM not necessarily going to want to continue for that more. Flash forward by Takui and Afromu. Goes for the Abyssal dive once more. Huni is now separated. Tries to slice and dice away. The damage is too good.
Got him.
Spica is still here, though, but he can't do anything about it. Another flash forward. That's a Zoe. Just endless opportunity. Some new blood to spice things up a little bit. They gotta worry. Takui Emperor big. Got the Mythic across almost everyone except for the support. Wow. That's it. You go to sleep, into the grave, right under the turret. Don't even need the rocket. Another one for FlyQuest. Doing hanging around this turret. This is ours easily. Got the Rift Herald to drop down too, which means they'll get an additional charge. Because without Tactical nearby, the remaining members of TSM will have some difficulty holding this up. They do try to get the trade.
Control of the jungle. It doesn't look like TSM's going to contest at all.
Nope, and they know Kaduo is top, does have the Unleashed teleport at this point in time, so you are thinking
Tactical,
about those things.
no sums.
Instead, another Ornn horn drop through for a Tactical. Doesn't have any of that escapability. Knock up after knock up, knocked down. Tactical out.
There's a different version of Jose Deodo who flash ults there onto Huni trying to get something out, but he saves it because that's not how they win this.
Seasons, even before coming to the LCS, you know, highlight clips of him on the Evelyn. Sometimes it's having that tempered moment, but we're actually getting the burn down. They're committing to it. TSM's making their rotation through. Are they going to try and go for a fight off of this? Kumo goes in, gets rooted, knocked up once more. Quickness to get Shenyi back into protected territory. Teleport directly into the center. Cataclysm thrown up, and Jose Deodo has to get out of there with the flash, but it's okay. FlyQuest here. Don't lose a single member. Take down Tactical again and get the Baron.
Just a really nice over. Like it blew up the whole team. It was just one in a flash, but a lot of things disappeared when that connected, and they are in total command of this game.
As we get a continuation of the engages that have worked so well, Johnson goes golden, teleport from Kaiduo to try and get a good death ray down. Johnson with a flash in return, has the autos that are going to do those heavy hits though to take down Spica, and the rest of FlyQuest are in pursuit. They do have to worry about the low HP of their ADC, but they still take the support. Jose De Oro with the flank around to get the knock up, and the rest of the team has finally arrived as well. A good old bubble to get a good chunk down onto Huni, brings his HP bar down to 50%, and Kumo taking the tower so they can get this Baron-empowered wave to finish off that tier 2. Not going to connect with the Oran Horn on this one. Aphromoo flashing forward to see if he can get a tongue slap onto somebody, but in the end, it's still an overall victory for them as they pressure into the base.
We're only 22 minutes in, and it looked like they were one
opportunity to move in on that.
Oh,
Rousey also going to sleep, and you see the E come in from Jose De Oro. Targets 3 with a Cataclysm. Huni, can you swing away as the Relented? We're looking at you to offset the rest, but Tactical gets a nice kick onto Kumo. So 3 taken away for Fly, 3 for TSM.
But remember, the Ornalt is down at the start of this fight because of what was tried previously, and we got to cut away from this because Huni was trying to stop that Infernal Soul, and it did not go well.
Shot to let everybody follow up. Super Mega Death Rocket lands onto 2, but they're tanky enough and enough to sustain available to them as well. But the zoning right now is unreal. Look at that. Spica, just a couple shots. He can't be in it anymore. Knock up onto Shen.
On the map, he was able to get enough control of the lane in the mid game to make roams. He's just completely controlling the space that FlyQuest has vision for. It's very hard to check spaces against Zoe as the team is behind, but he's landing everything. And here's the final fight.
The flash and the charm from Shenyi goes Drowsy. Can't even fall asleep yet. They say no dreams for you, buddy. We're just putting you right down as soon as we possibly can. Spica trying to get a little bit of safety, but there's no safety when FlyQuest has your number, baby. Trying to punch them tickets. Huni already expelled his ultimate. Every single time Takoi goes in, he said, "This is my dream territory." FlyQuest pressuring, not even 25 minutes yet, chat. We're already knocking on the doors. Huni with the last stand right there in the back. Rocket slicing through nobody because there's not a single face left. Shenyi coming up. And on the clock right now, FlyQuest remain the only undefeated team in the LCS.